Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Chat Party. This is the Olympic Qualifying Tournament, courtesy of FIBA, and today we are in the Latvia leg of the OQT. Today, the host team, Latvia, takes on the Philippines. Aaron Sanders with you. That's right, a new face doing this. We are at a chat party, everybody, so because it is a chat party, be sure to get the comments going. I'll read them throughout the broadcast, and I'll give you a great description on what's going on here. And if you want to watch the live stream of this game between Latvia and Philippines, we ask that you subscribe to Courtside 1891 to get the live stream. This is going to be a good game because these two teams have interesting storylines, and when it comes to the history of Latvia and Philippines in the Olympics, it's been a while since they have been a part of the Olympics. For Philippines, they have not played in the Olympics since the Munich, Germany Olympics back in 1972. That's more than 50 years, and with great players like Kai Soto, Justin Brownlee, Kevin Kibal, and Carl Tamayo, they hope to make a trip there. So a trip to Paris is up for grabs. As well for Latvia, the host team, they have not played in the Olympics since they disbanded from the Soviet Union. So we have to go all the way back to 1988 when they were the last part of the Olympics back in Seoul, Korea. So if they win this leg of the Olympic qualifying tournament, they will play their first Olympics as the country of Latvia. They also have key players like Davis Bertans, who plays for the Charlotte Hornets, and his brother Darius Bertans, along with more players like Artur Chagars, Richard Zlomush, and a great group of people. For the Philippines, this will be their first game in the Olympic qualifying tournament leg, and for Latvia, this is game 2 for them. They took care of business against Georgia by the score of 83-55 yesterday, and they were led by Artur Stratins with 18 points, 3 rebounds, and change. Latvia ended up snagging 39 rebounds, got 20 assists, shot nearly 50% from the field. Will we see some sharp shooting here today? We'll find out in about 13 minutes' time. Again, thank you again for joining us here. This is part of the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament. We're in the Siga Latvia leg. Latvia and Philippines coming up in just about 12 minutes now. And we thank you for tuning in. This is a chat party. Let's get the comments going. Ask me questions. And of course, if you want to see what I do on a regular basis away from this, be sure to follow me on Instagram at aaronsanders.frostfather and on X, formerly known as Twitter, at asanderswindsor. Love to have you along, and we'll keep in touch. For full stats and box scores, you know where to go, www.fiba.basketball. I just got back from calling the round of 16 game between Spain and Guinea. Spain took care of business, so I'm covering that tournament. And I will be here today, and I'll also do the Greece and Egypt game in the Greece leg of the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament tomorrow. The important thing is, I'm glad you're tuned in, and I'm glad you're able to join this with me. And this is going to be a great game. We're going to have fun doing this. So stay where you are. We're going to get the starting lineup soon, and then afterwards I'll call the game and read the comments. So we're here for the next couple of hours, and I hope you're having a great day so far, and hope you're enjoying the FIBA competition as it is right now. And again, for those of you tuning in for the first time, this is a chat party. I'll break down the play-by-play of the game. If you want the live stream, it's available on courtside1891.com. Subscribe and enjoy the action too. And then we're here on YouTube. I'm glad you're here as well. We're having about 200 likes and over 21,000 people coming over. And the comment right now, especially from Adrenal, how they will qualify for the Olympics. So, there are two groups in each of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments. There are 4 venues right now. This is the Latvia leg. So there's Group A and there's Group B. We're looking at Group A action between Latvia and the Philippines. So they will go have at it in their group phase. And then in a couple of days from now, they play the semifinals. And the last 2 teams that survive from the semifinals will end up going to the championship game. And the winner of that will punch their ticket to Paris for the Olympics. Well, we were able to answer your question right here. And we're getting a couple of good questions coming up as we're a few moments away from tip-off. Again, I hope you keep them coming. This is fun. This is my first time going at it, and hopefully there are a whole lot more games to do here in this tournament. Again, looking at the stats from Latvia's last game against Georgia, where they won 83-55. That's a nice start to get the ball rolling. Artur Strautins led the scoring with 18 points. Mareks Majoris with a near double-double, 11 and 7. Shot perfect from the field. Only 5 players went to the line, and they came together to shoot a combined total of 73% from the free throw line, which is not bad. When you're usually in the low to mid 70s, then you have a pretty good team to look after. Somebody asked me what is the height average for both of these teams. We take a look at Latvia right now. And there are a handful of players that are in the average of about 6'5" to 6'9". Like, for example, Goran Skoric is 6'6", or 6'8", rather. And then you look at Davis Bertans, who has NBA experience. He's 6'10". And then their leading scorer last game, Strautins, who is 6'6". So you're in the ballpark between 6'5" and 6'8". And you look at a team like Philippines, one of the main players, Kai Soto, as a center, he is 7'2". Then you move around to Justin Brownlee. He is one of Philippines' top players, and a few years ago in the PBA Cup, he hit a game winner to win the championship. He stands at 6'7", the power forward. Carl Tamayo, he's at 6'8", so they're pretty even when it comes to the height, pretty close. 7 minutes away from tip-off, and we're getting a mixture of the Philippine fans along with the Latvian fans as well. We have one member, Shadows, with 2 Z's or 2 Z's, depending on how you or where you're watching. Support from Lithuania to Latvia. We will get to the Olympics. So we got a great ally from the fan from Lithuania. Well done. We have one person from the Philippines saying it is almost midnight over in the Philippines. For those of you tuning in at near midnight, that shows dedication, heart, and soul, and that you love the game. There's no question about that. Baby Mo asked me what team do I think will win today. It's in the act of professionalism, I choose to stay neutral. I've seen how Latvia played yesterday, and it seems like it's at an unfair advantage when you have one team that's already played a game and one team that are about to make their FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament debut. So I'm going to call it as neutral as I can, and we'll have fun calling it, and we'll have fun watching it as well. Again, if you're want to tune in and watch the live stream, follow along on Courtside 1891, subscribe, and you'll get the action there. In the time being, you have me, Aaron Sanders, once again. Follow me on Instagram, aaronsanders.frostfather, and on Twitter, or X now, at @ASandersWindsor. And we hope to get a feed of the game soon enough. So hang on, we're going to have a good game. Latvia and Philippines coming up in just a few moments. Hang on tight. You're watching the Chat Party. It's a Chat Party on YouTube. Big hello to Zenitsu Thunder. Thank you for tuning in. Dilmar Albali saying Latvia is in favor to win based on the FIBA standings. And in the world rankings, Latvia is ranked 6th and the Philippines is ranked 37. Incidentally, there was only one player that did not play in that Latvian victory over Georgia yesterday, and that was Krista Zoric. Hopefully we get to see him play today. It's almost go time, and the Philippines just showed their starting lineup. They'll start with Chris Newsom, Kai Soto, Junmar Fajardo, Dwight Ramos, and Justin Brownlee, who in the Asia qualifiers averaged 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists and 10 rebounds. Got a double-double. And again, one of the veterans that's led by Tim Cone, the head coach for the Philippines. Both clubs almost ready to go, and Latvia just unleashed their starting 5. We'll get to that in just a few seconds. Starting 5, 0-0, Rodion Skores. Number 9, Darius Bertans. Number 11, Roland Schmitz. Number 18, Klavs Chavars. And number 66, Krista Zoric. So Medix Mejeres, one of the key players to watch, ended up with 11 points and 7 boards yesterday. The FIBA poll question is now up. Who do you got? Latvia or Philippines? Let us know. Again, this is live reaction, a chat party. If you want to watch the live stream of Latvia versus Philippines, Courtside 1891 is your friend. Be sure to subscribe. Not only it features the FIBA Olympic Qualifying tournaments, but it features more FIBA tournaments as well, including the U17 World Cup, for which I'm one of the commentators for. So I hope you tune in, and I hope you're able to stick around with me throughout the broadcast. And overall, let's just have some fun. The Philippines are in their brand new jerseys. Light blue jerseys with yellow trim, white numbers, and Latvia in their white jerseys with red trim and numbers. Zenitsu Thunder saying that the Philippines will top Latvia 87-79. And fans, it is go time. The tip is controlled by the Philippines. They're going to go right to left, Latvia left to right. Quick pass underneath, and Jumar Fajardo gets the easy lay-in. High-low pass gets the ball rolling. It is 2-0 in favor of the Philippines. There's the pass to Roland Schmitz at the top side. He gets it back off the give and go. Underneath the basket, sends to the corner to Darius Bertans, who misses the triple. Brought down by Justin Brownlee. Justin Brownlee passes the timeline, gets his defender off his feet. Cross-court pass over to Newsome. Newsome driving right into the basket. He gets stopped in his tracks. Back to Brownlee in the far side. 10 to shoot. Sends it over to Dwight Ramos. Ramos getting the hand back from Kai Soto. Soto goes in deep with the ball and kisses it off the glass to make it 4-2, and the basket counts. He got hacked, and he's going to go to the line for the three-point play. Great ball movement from Philippines. It started in the near side, down to the left wing, and then 2 passes later, they were able to let Kai Soto operate as he heads to the line. Remember, Philippines were ranked 37 in the FIBA World Rankings, and they are off and running up to a 4-0 start. The N1 free throw is up and down to make it a 5-point edge 53 seconds into the ball game. Krister Zoric playing in his first FIBA Olympic qualifying game this year. Zoric steps back, goes for a center three. That rattles in and out. Rebound down low from Fajardo of the Philippines. Philippines up ahead on the floor. Dwight Ramos got checked, and that will be Latvia's second foul. Tim Cone looking on. And yes, Porzingis is hurt, so he is out for the time being. The pass to Brownlee down to the near side. He's down to the left wing, and the ball stripped away by Krister Zoric, but he was unable to keep it in bounds. It stays with the Philippines. 2 quick fouls from Latvia. 5-0 lead. Chris Newsome will throw it in from the sideline. 11 to go on the shot clock. Newsome passes the way. Pass to Brownlee, 3 on the shot clock, gets close to the center, fires it from deep and hits. Justin Brownlee and the Philippines are off and running. They are heating up to make it an 8-point lead. Latvia with a slow start. The pop out to Schmitz, whose 3-ball hits the top iron. Saving the ball was Chavars. And Dwight Ramos tried to save it from going out of bounds, but it did not work in his favor. The Latvians will deal with 8 seconds on the shot clock. They'll inbound it from the sideline near the bench. And Darius Bertans will throw it in. Darius Bertans, who ended up with 5 points in that victory against Georgia. Straight away to Zoric. Zoric down to the far side of the 3-point line, 4 seconds to go. Gets the hand back, drives inside of the lane, kisses it off the circle. And the whistle on the play as Fajardo tried to block it. But nonetheless, Krister Zoric got fouled as the shot clock was winding down. He hits the first free throw. Shadows reminding the chat, Lithuania started down 10-0 and won it 96-84. He believes it doesn't end. That doesn't mean anything. Latvia gets 2 free throws courtesy of Krister Zoric. Now it's 8-2 in favor of the Philippines. Pass intercepted by Roland Schmitz. Schmitz out to the races, and he puts it in. So they were able to cut this deficit to 4. 8-4 with 7:30 to go in the opening quarter as Brownlee tried to pass it right down to the paint, but Rodion's chorus was right ahead of that as he pats it out of bounds. That was a nice steal from Roland Schmitz stealing, and he took advantage of the Philippines mismatch. Chris Newsom was the only one in front of him, and they can do anything there. The pass goes right into Brownlee. 7:20 to go, pulls up for another 3. That bounces off the front iron, but it's tipped in by Jumarn Fajardo. Jumarn Fajardo making it 10-4. Latvia on the other end of the floor. Here's Zoric on the pass to Chorus. Chorus dribbles, steps in for the 3, and puts it there. Nicely done as this lead has been cut to 3. Brownlee with the ball again. Going mano a mano, feeds it in to number 11, Kai Soto. Brownlee to Soto as he's able to get a soft touch off the glass and putting it in. Latvia driving right into the right. Circus layup no good. Ball poked around by Klaus Chavars. He's able to retain it for Latvia. Rodon's chorus straight away to Bertans for 3. Off the mark. Rebound down low, Dwight Ramos as he brings it up to the forecourt. Ramos trying to drive inside, but Zoric with the foul. Going back to that Soto alley-oop, Justin Brownlee was right in the left wing, and he saw Soto right there, but deferred to Fajardo, who was able to streak right into the right side, get the ball, and a soft touch off the glass. Newsom able to break the 5-second violation, straight to Brownlee, down to the right side, back to Newsom. Newsom in trouble on the sideline, guarded heavily by Chorus, drives right inside with a layup, and he puts it in. And the foul. Chris Newsom, he was in trouble as he was tight-roping the sideline on the far side. He dribbled right in. 2 steps was all he had to do. He just kept the ball right on his chest and just served it right in, and a 3-point play is coming up. Latvia making some changes as Marek Majoris checks in for Darius Bertans. Majoris, one of the top scorers for Latvia in that victory against Georgia yesterday. 11.7 rebounds as we see some more changes. Rihars Lomash coming in for Klaus Chavars. So the score is 14-7 as Newsom attempts the and one. .6:11 to go in the opening quarter. Chris Newsom, the shooting guard. That free throw is up. That free throw is no good. Bounces off twice. Chorus with the rebound. Up the floor is Zoric. Nice screen from Schmitz. But the ball goes straight into Zoric, who has an easy lane to the basket, and he kisses it off the glass with the right hand. Makes it 14-9. 4 minutes have gone by here in the first quarter, and a little bit of a discussion with the officials and the scores keeper. While we have this delay in the action, again, thank you for tuning in. If you want the live stream of the game, be sure to subscribe. Courtside 1891. Be sure to subscribe to that website to get everything you want. Get more of the tournaments and highlights. Davis Bertans has just checked in for Roland Schmitz. As the Philippines get the ball, Christopher Zoric, the leading scorer with 4 points. Philippines with the ball again. Their top scorer is Kai Soto, who has 5. Brownlee returns to the floor. Gets it right in the circle to Kai Soto, who hands it back to Brownlee. Brownlee driving, spinning over Bertans, steps up, fires off the mark from the free throw line. Rebound by Zoric as he pushes it up the floor. Richard Lomush, first touch of the ball. Chorus from downtown, can't put it there. Berton's trying to sky in with the rebound, but that goes out of bounds. No Kristaps Porzingis in this contest. Latvia with a 1-0 record in Group A competition. The Philippines playing their first game here in the FIBA Olympic Qualifying tournament. Latvia not letting up on the substitutions. Giannis Dima checks in for Courage. And now we see Dwight Ramos bring it up to the right side. Alley-oop intended for Soto, but he's able to catch it before it goes out of bounds. Goes for the wraparound pass, but it goes off. One of the Latvian players. Philippines will try it again underneath the Latvian basket. Newsome, Soto, Fajardo, Ramos, and Brownlee in for the Philippines. Pass straight away to Brownlee down to the near side. He's just inside the three-point line, dribbles right inside of the semicircle, and gets the right-handed floater. We're at the halfway mark in the first quarter. It is 16-9 in favor of the Philippines. Drive by Richard Lomush, kicks it right out. Three ball from the wing. That's off the mark too. Brownlee easily secures the board. Dribbles it right out, and he goes to town off the glass. Can't get that one to fall. Still a 7-point lead between the legs pass to number 19, Richard Lomush, whose shot goes in and out. That is Heartbreak City. 4:30 to go, opening quarter, as Chris Newsome controls the offense. Back to Brownlee. Sends it right into Fajardo. Fajardo with an easy finger roll. He gets the foul. He gets the bucket. He's off to the line for the and one. Fajardo has been their bread and butter so far, as he has 6 of their 18 points along with 2 rebounds. He is perfect from the field goal, 3 of 3, as he makes his first trip to the free throw line. And the Philippine bench is going wild. It is a good start for the Philippines as we have a little bit of a break. Latvia calls timeout, 4:22 to go. The Philippines 18, Latvia 9. A quick question from Aaron Daniel L. Isles. Is Team USA not in the Olympic qualifiers? They've already qualified for the Olympics. And Apple and one of the people in the chat room was wondering, when is Davis Bertans going to check in? He checked in just a moment ago. His brother Davis Bertans was part of the starting 5. And what an impressive start for the Philippines. They're shooting 73% from the field, but that's because they've been sending it to the big man in Jumarn Fajardo and Justin Brownlee driving right into the basket. They've been focusing on the mid-range game in order to beat Latvia because both of these clubs are evenly matched when it comes to height. Incidentally, Fajardo just completed the three-point play. That makes it a 19-9 Philippine lead. He has 7 points, and he's perfect from the field. 3 ball is short. Down low is Soto with the board. He's able to contain the loose ball. Newsome up in the front court. Newsome passes it to Ramos. Ramos getting it into Fajardo. Fajardo right on the right elbow. Moves right inside of the basket. Powers through. Second chance for the Philippines. And they have 2 seconds to shoot from the half-court line. Ramos. But the official said it is a backcourt violation. So the Philippines were the last team to touch it before it went into the backcourt. It's a chance for Latvia to get the ball back up and rolling as Richard Lomush passes it in from the sideline straight away to Giannis Dima. Yanis Strelnieks is into the game. He scored 5 points and got 4 assists in that victory against Georgia. Drives right inside the town and scores. So Strelnieks picking up where he left off in order to get Latvia over the 10-point mark. It is 19-11, 3:23 to go. Justin Brownlee asking for the ball, but Kai Soto takes it in himself. He's inside of the high mid-post. Newsome, blowing by Strelnieks, fires it over him and scores. He is able to get enough separation and spread his shot around, and he got it right from the right elbow. 21-11 is the score now. Quick shot from Lomush as he is smothered by the double team, but he was able to pick up the foul. So he is off to the line. Lomush, perfect from the free throw line here in the qualifying tournaments, and he goes 2 for 2 to make it 21-13. The Philippines still ahead with under 3 minutes to go, opening quarter. Newsome over to Ramos. Ramos trying to go by Lomush, but they work it around to the other side, trying to look for Fajardo. And the Philippines will get another opportunity. 2.3 seconds on the shot clock. Latvia is over the limit in fouls. The Philippines have 2 more to give. Newsome. Try to inbound it to Ramos. But Lomush was able to strip it and take it out of bounds. Now there's 1.1 left on the shot clock. We'll see what the Philippines have to do. Chances are they're going to set it up for the big man in Jumar Fajardo. We'll see. Newsome's going to inbound it right in front of the Philippines bench on the left side of the court. Newsome straight away to Fajardo, try to turn it around, but too much time as he had his fingertips on the ball but couldn't contain it. Didn't have enough time to turn around and shoot it. So with that shot clock violation, Latvia gets possession again. 2:31 left here in the first. The Philippines went off to a 5-0 start to start this game. Strong screen from Mayoris. Strelnieks steps back for a wing 3, and he gets it down. And Latvia back into this game. They are down by 5, and Tim Cohn, the head coach for the Philippines, calls a timeout. They had a slow start, but they're getting right back into the game. They're becoming patient with the ball and taking care of business. Again, you're tuning into the chat party, the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament, the Latvia leg, as the host team Latvia is now down by 5 against the Philippines with 2:19 to go. Taking a look at the stats for Philippines, they're shooting 67% from the free throw line, 2 of 3. They've only shot 1 3-pointer, 1 of 2, make that 50%. And for the 2-pointers, they're 73%. I want to look at the top scorers for a quick second. Jumar Fajardo with 7. Latvia working with Yanis Strelnieks, who has 5 points. So the way it goes from the World Cup last year, they had 7 automatic This will include 2 teams from the Americas, 2 teams from Europe, 2 teams from Africa, 1 from Asia, and 1 from Oceania. And the last 4 teams standing from the 4 legs of the Olympic qualifiers will punch their ticket to Paris. Brownlee, top of the 3-point line, and he delivers to make it 24-16 right out of the timeout. The Philippines up and running after having the first day of the qualifiers off. Latvia has to find a way to get the groove back and running as Chris Newsom is out to the races, able to get the rebound and puts it in. He covered all 92 feet of the floor. Newsom 3 of 3 for a total of 6. Foul right in front of the Latvian bench as Davis Bertans tumbles on the floor. So Bertans looking for a pick, but he was pushed by Ramos, which led to the foul. The Philippines down to their last foul to give here in the quarter. And Justin Brownlee, yes, Apple, he is taking care of business. He has 6 points for the team in blue. Nice feed underneath. The alley-oop is missed by Mayoris as Ramos hurdles out of bounds to try to save the ball. Good hustle from him, but that counts as a turnover. .112 remaining, opening quarter. The Philippines 26, Latvia 16. Pass to Mayoris, who's at the top of the key. Sends it to Strelniks. Mayoris got the ball, got the mismatch from Newsom. Ball poked away. Tamayo saves the ball, gets the ball back on the bullet pass, goes for the layup, misses it, tried to tipping it. It was Ramos, and Latvia is able to push it back down. Lomash for 3, off. And Carl Tamayo on the floor but was able to get back up. He was jumping for the rebound and it fell. So Mayoris picks up his 2nd foul for Latvia. And again, Latvia is over the limit, which means the Philippines will head to the line with 42.5 seconds to go. Roland Schmitz returns. And so far, the Philippines taking care of business. They're shooting 69% from the field. Latvia, 29. It is a +6 in rebounds for the Philippines, 12-6. As Carl Tamayo approaches the line. Even though Latvia has been able to capitalize off of the Philippines' turnovers, scoring 7 points off of them, they are down by 10 as Tamayo misses free throw number 1. Once again, be sure to follow FIBA all over the social media platforms and subscribe to Courtside 1891 to get the live stream of this game and more. Tamayo splits the pair to make it 27-16. 40 seconds to go now. As the drive onto the right side from Lomash is met by a block on the outside from Calvin Aftana. Here's Tima. Gives it up, back in the center. The ball goes into the hands of Lomash, stolen by Brownlee. Brownlee hit by a charge at the half-court line. And Lomash taking one of the shot. Now the 25 seconds. Brownlee calls the foul. That's a foul on Lomach. Justin Brownlee so far with 8 points. Brownlee gets the first free throw up and good. On the bench right now, Kevin Keybow set the check in. It appears that he's going to be checking in for Brownlee, as Brownlee gets both free throws down to make it 29-16. Keybow checks in as Brownlee has a seat, a well-deserved rest. A few minutes to relax. He has 10 points, leading the scoring right now. Shot clock and game clock with a 2-second difference. Shot clock 18, game clock 20. Janis Strelnic with the ball. Strelnic breaks away from the logo. Chris Newsom guarding him. Screen from Schmitz. And Strelnic playing hot potato with the ball. 2 to shoot, and he loses control. Hello to Andrew, who's tuning in from Indonesia. The Philippines will have one last possession before the end of the first quarter. 4.1 seconds to go. And here's CJ Perez getting the inbound. Fires it from the logo. He got it! CJ Perez leaves the crowd in awe with a running three right on the left edge of the logo, bombs away, and he says, splash, I got this. CJ Perez at the buzzer, and that ends the first quarter. An eventful one, to say the least. The Philippines lead 32-16 over Latvia, all thanks to a CJ Perez triple. We have a couple of minutes before the second quarter. Let's take a look at the stats and some of your comments. Again, Brownlee leading the Philippines with 10 points, and Latvia's side, they're relying to Strelnic with 5 points. He's 2 of 2 from the field. He made one three-pointer. More stats to consider. The Philippines shooting 71%, and Latvia stuck at 29%. Rebounding game still 12-6 in favor of the Philippines. 5 assists to 1 Philippines, 2 steals to 1 Philippines, 1 block to none in favor of Latvia. And Latvia with the game's only second chance points at the moment, but they were able to score 7 points from the bench. And the players responsible for those 7 points off the bench. You're looking at Janis Strelnic, who's responsible for 5 of the 7, and Lomach with 2. Again, CJ Perez, he had his number called, he checked in, and he just plopped down a 3 right then and there. For those tuning in the Philippines, it is 12:30 a.m. Thank you for staying up and watching this chat party. For those tuning in from Latvia, thank you. And from all around the world, thank you for tuning in here. Be sure to subscribe to FIBA all over the social media platforms, and be sure to subscribe to Courtside 1891 to catch all the action of this game. The second quarter begins with a Rodon Corius layup. The Philippines just let him go, and off he went to the right. 32-18 as we begin the second quarter. Justin Brownlee still on the bench as CJ Perez operates. Gets the screen. Goes in from the left. Gets it off the right hand, and that bounces in and out. Back on the rebound, Latvia. Richards Lomach. in front of the Latvian bench, looking for a pass, trying to send it into Schmitz. And Smish had it stolen away by Tamayo, but he was unable to regain his footing. Goes out of bounds. Eight seconds on the shot clock, straight away to Schmitz. Smitch gives it away. Here's Chorus from the wing. That shot is short. 32-18 the score, underway here in the second quarter. CJ Perez. A little bit of a heat check from Strelnic. Strelnic gets replaced by Zoric. Zoric with 4 points, 2 of them coming from the line. CJ Perez to put the ball back in the play from the sideline. Brownlee returns. Nice cut as Brownlee looking to drive, goes for the shot, misses it, and a rebound off Tana. Perez driving from the baseline. Alley-oop! Oh, the reverse from Kai Soto. Oh, no. That was fantastic because he was in the traffic and he was able to go for the reverse a la Dominique Wilkins. To make it 34-18, Latvia trying to respond. Brownlee going for the rebound, but he was shoved from the back. The Philippines were in trouble, but they were able to secure the loose ball off of Octana. Again, going back to the alley-oop as CJ Perez lobs it up for Soto. It's been a while since I've seen a reverse alley-oop, but they were able to get it down, and that's their 18th point in the paint. CJ Perez goes for the runner. Off the mark, Stroutens with a strong board. Up ahead is Zoric. 2 minutes have gone by here in the second quarter. Chorus near the three-point line. He is guarded by Aftana. Almost lost control of the ball. Found it again. Straight away, Stroutens goes for the three. That's off the glass. Perez controlling the offense as he brings it up the timeline. Kiembao. Brownlee underneath. And the lay-in is good by Kai Soto. He's able to get 2 nice buckets as he bumps the lead to 18. 36-18, Soto with his 9th point. Here's the pass to Lomas. Down to the center is Zoric, sends it off, goes for the three. Zoric from downtown as Latvia is over 20 now. Brownlee into the corner. Here's the pass to Kiembao. Kiembao steps back. Wide three. Yes. Kevin Kiembao on the scoreboard. 39-21. Latvia with 2 ball, with 2 fouls. 3 from the corner. No go. And the Philippines has had the lead right from the opening tip. They had a 5-0 run to get things going. Ball down underneath the Soto. Soto could not control it. Soto pleading his case, saying that one of the Latvian players touched it last, but the officials say it's Latvia ball. Oh, but hold everything. Tim Cohn has issued a challenge, and they're going to see if Latvia touched the ball last. So they're going to go to the screen with the Philippine challenge. 6:27 to go. I'm going to try to describe it as best as I can. Okay, so Kai Soto was chasing the ball after the miss, and we see one of the Latvia players trying to reach for it with the left hand. Looked like one of the Latvian players touched it last, but the problem is the ball went by Kai Soto after Zoric tried to reach for it. So we don't know if it touched Soto's forearm, as Zoric poked it with his fingertips. They're showing another view right from the near corner of how it happened. They have it zoomed up, and now they have a shot from the camera from the other basket to see if the ball did change direction. Now, if it changes direction as one of them tried to go for it, then you know somebody touched it. So the officials had a look at it. They are away from the screen. They go back onto the floor. Again, this is a Philippines challenge because they're debating that Latvia touched it last. And following a look at the screen, it is a successful challenge for the Philippines. They retain possession as CJ Perez will throw it in. Brownlee tight roping the baseline straight to Perez. Perez jumper from about 8 feet, no. And a quick foul from Kevin Kiambel. Now here's Zoric trying to go for a shovel pass, and the Philippines take it away. Brownlee zips it right into the paint, but Perez is all alone, and he hits an air ball. On the other end, the easy lay-in for Chorus. Chorus makes it easy as he finishes it off with the right hand. 39-23, Courage with his 7th point tonight. Brownlee trying to get close, down low to Soto, but he's met by Chorus. And Latvia blows a layup. They're trying to redeem themselves. Schmitz, no look past to Darius Bertans. 5 to shoot. Zoric gets from the three-point line, sends it to Stroughton. That's a three. It's good. Great awareness of the clock as Stroughton connects on a triple to make it 39-26. The Philippines calls a timeout. A couple of nice plays on both ends of the floor for Latvia over the last few minutes. It looked like Zoric was going to drive, but found Stratton down into the right wing, and he connected on a three. Tim Cone, I would have to assume he's telling his guys, you have to calm it down. No need for quick passes. Read the floor, read the mid-range, because Latvia is closing out on them, forcing steals, and they're able to take care of business on the fast break. Philippines have scored 7 points in the second quarter. But Latvia have outscored them 10-7. With 5:19 to go, CJ Perez and Calvin Atana is off the floor. Jumon Ferraro and Chris Newsom returns. And the ball is back in the play. Justin Brownlee to throw it in. Brownlee right away to Ramos. Almost halfway into the second quarter. Fajardo, he's met by Schmitz. Newsom passes it right away to Ramos, down to 5 on the 24. Screen from Soto, almost picked off. Latvia fighting for the ball, and that's good for them as the shot clock expires. Oh, look out. Chorus and Ramos fighting for the ball. right on the floor. That was an intense tangle. They usually say, hey, it takes two to tango, and they did just that. Latvia saying that's a 24-second violation, but they did a good job trying to milk up as much of the shot clock as they could. There was a loose ball on the floor, and Ramos hit the deck first, and then Chorus did as well. They were fighting for the ball, and it is a 24-second violation. Great play from Latvia. And Tim Cohn pleading his case, saying that should have been a jump ball. It's between Chorus and Ramos off on the loose ball. And then Chorus just put the clamps down on it. That's aggression. That's tenacity. Ten to shoot on the shot clock. And the shot contested as Chorus drives inside, and he got hacked. Chorus with 7 points. As he goes to the line for the first time in this game, he has 2 rebounds. Schmitz steps out, and Mariks Majoris checks back in. Rodion Kuric makes the first free throw. It is 39-27 in favor of the Philippines. We played more than halfway into the second quarter. Chorus looking for free throw number 2. It's up and in. 39-28. And Latvia with a great start to the second quarter as Kuric connects on his 9th point. Brownlee on the right side. Newsome gets the pass, and he retreats to the left. 8 to shoot, dribbles right into the circle, gets some distance, but he misses the bucket. Chorus charging up the floor, juking and driving. Layup is no good for Majoris, but he got the foul. That is a foul on Ramos. So Dwight Ramos becoming a pest for Latvia as he gets his second personal. And Majoris gets his first free throw. And on top of that, gets his first point of the game. Majoris is in foul trouble, incidentally. 3 fouls for Majoris as the second free throw is off. Quick rebound underneath, missed by Strautins. Brownlee goes for a strong board. Goes to the right side, and he is fouled immediately. And that is a tough break for Latvia as Majoris checks out with his 3rd personal, and Chavars checks in. Latvia and Philippines with 1 more foul to give, 4:07 on the clock. Newsome to play it in. Newsome to Brownlee. Brownlee gets the screen, but misses the 3. That hits off the front. Under 4 to go. Philippines up by 10, 39-29. Zoric for Latvia. Zoric driving. Met by the triple team and swallowed up. Justin Brownlee all alone for the 2-handed jam. Fast break coming alive for the Philippines as Latvia takes another timeout. It is 41-29, 3:41 remaining. And Justin Brownlee back into his element as he picks up a jam to make it his 12th point. This is the chat party between Latvia and Philippines in the 2024 FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament in the Latvia leg. Thank you for joining in. I'm Aaron Sanders. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, aaronsanders.frostfather, and on X, formerly known as Twitter, at @ASandersWindsor, to catch the live stream of this game. Subscribe to Courtside 1891. But in the meantime, we're trying to have some fun. We're going to look down at some of the comments before we go to the floor again. And we are looking at the poll question again. Who you got? Latvia and Philippines. We are approaching 6,300 votes. And on the poll, 85% of you have said the Philippines. But give Latvia credit. They have been dominating here in the second quarter, outscoring the Philippines 13-9, but they have given up a lot of floor, especially on the last fast break from the Philippines that led to a Justin Brownlee throwdown. Latvia throws the ball in, and this is Zoric who has it now. Zoric has 7 points in nearly 11 minutes of action, and he whips it around. Long bomb doesn't go. On the rebound was Ramos. Dwight Ramos picking up another board. He's running the offense, and Fajardo tries to come in for a screen. He's stopped in his tracks. Newsom gets it, sends it to Brownlee, down to 8 to shoot. Brownlee going to town. Fakes around, no looker. Soto. Runner off. Putback is good. So Soto missed his runner, but he was able to stretch his left hand just wide enough just to go for a soft kiss. Chorus to Darius Bertans for the triple. Darius Bertans gets his first bucket today. It is now 43-32. Justin Brownlee right in front of the Philippines bench. Gets the screen from Fajardo. Streaks through into Fajardo. Fakes around once, twice, and gets it in. That is strong take. A strong take or bully ball from Jumar Fajardo, who comes up with his 9th point. 2:14 and counting. 3-ball connects for Darius Bertans again. Back-to-back buckets. 10-point ball game, 2 minutes until halftime. Who will finish out the half strong? Chris Newsom in deep to Fajardo. Fajardo back at the top of the key. Into Brownlee, inside the line, no good. On the other end of the floor, that ball is tapped. Latvia with a second chance, out to Chorus. Sends it to Zoric. Chorus thought about the 3, goes for the fake. And Darius draws the foul. Darius Bertans feeling it with back-to-back trays. Is able to set himself up well on the right wing. And all Tim Cone can do is watch. It's another great run as we go to the screens once again. The official review is whether if it was a foul, as Darius Bertans, well, they're looking at that last play. It looks like his foot was inside the line, and if they overturn that 3, it will count as a long 2, and therefore the score will be 45-34. And that is a long 2. His foot was right inside the line. Nonetheless, back-to-back buckets for Darius Bertans. So Tim Cones was getting an explanation. Latvia. There is a tie-up. The possession arrow points in the Philippines' favor. In the meantime, while they sort this out, Japek Aguilar checks in for Kai Soto for the Philippines, and for Latvia, Davis Bertans checks in for Stratins. It is Latvia ball. The pass to Chorus, right in front of the bench. Zoric to Dairis. Dairis feeds it into Chavars. Yes, and the foul. And Latvia's chugging right along, mounting a comeback as they're outscoring the Philippines 20-13. So Chris Newsom pinned with the foul. That is his second. And Chavars at the line, 0 of 1 here in this contest. Buck 25 misses the and one. And another chance, Chavars off the miss. And Zoric brings it near the logo, gets the screen from Chavars. No give and go there. Bertans try to heat up, but he misses. Dairis Bertans, if he would have made that, I think this arena would have gone unglued. Final minute of action here in the first half. Philippines 45, Latvia 36, and Brownlee immediately gets fouled as he was on his way to drive. Chavars with this second personal. The next foul will put the Philippines at the line. It looks like a job for Roland Schmitz as he returns to the game. Chavars checks out. 2 points and 2 boards for the afternoon. 58 and 7/10 to go. Newsom sends it right into Brownlee, working on the right elbow, guarded heavily by Chorus. Trying to back down Chorus. Brownlee steps right in, off the glass. Yes, and it counts. And the Latvian fans go silent as Justin Brownlee begins to take over. Taking care of Rodion's Chorus right underneath. Backed him down, gone for a semi-spin move. Pushed himself up and banked it in. Brownlee hits his 15th point. He is flawless from the line at the moment. Philippines shooting 58% from the field, 75% from the line. Latvia shooting 78% from the line, 35% from the field. As they turn it over, Fajardo holds on to the ball and now sends it to Newsom. Newsom down to the half court. Brownlee going behind the back. He's at the top. He's in the circle. Outside Ramos. That's a three. That's good. As it rattles in, 51-36, as we have an unsportsmanlike foul right after the play. An unsportsmanlike foul on Dairis Bertans. So the 3-ball by Ramos, and Dairis Bertans wrapped his arms around the shoulder and head area of Dwight Ramos following the play. That's a little bit in the collision, but that's 2 free throws coming up for Japeth Aguilar. And just when Latvia was finding their way back into this ball game, they have seemed to shoot themselves in the foot as Bertans checks out. He got both of them to make it 53-36, 20 seconds until halftime. Newsome plays it into Brownlee. Brownlee with the screen from Newsome on the left. Fakes left, went right. And Newsome with the offensive foul. Newsome a little aggressive on setting the screen. And Chorus will inbound it from the side, less than 14 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off. And Rodion Kuric said a little too much, and he got a technical foul. And that sends Justin Brownlee to the line to shoot the technical, and that goes down. First, it was Darius Bertans with the unsportsmanlike foul, and now Chorus continuing to apply some damage on behalf of Latvia with a technical foul. He bumped into Newsome. So Luka Banki has to restore some order for Latvia if they want to get back into this game. 13 seconds to go. Along with the halftime break, Strelnieks checks in. Along with Darius Bertans for Latvia, CJ Perez and Kevin Kiambo checks in for the Philippines to wrap up the second quarter. (13 9/10 to go. Ball back into play, down to 10. Lomash drives right by Akiar and gets the 2 to go. And that wraps up the first half, and where the Philippines leads Latvia 54-38, but not without some heated moments from Latvia in the final minute of play. An unsportsmanlike foul and a technical foul after they were down by as much as 16. They are down by 16. They cut it to as few as 8. And now the Philippines continue to have a hold on this lead. Latvia shooting 53% from the 2-pointers. And the rebounds have been awfully close. A +1 for Philippines, 20-19, 10-9 in the assist department. And Justin Brownlee leads the scoring with 16 points. So they head into a break. Rodion Kuric leads Latvia with 9 points. The key players, Majoris with only 1 point and a rebound, but Justin Brownlee, as advertised, scoring in bundles, 16 points and snagged down 5 boards. Okay, we're at halftime, 15-minute break. We're going to take a look at, well, let's see if we can skim through some of these comments as we can. So Andrew from Indonesia, he says ball is life. That is his hobby. And he competes for the EUFA Dragon. Hope you have an outstanding career, Andrew. And your favorite player is Anthony Edwards. How about Anthony Edwards? He's did a tremendous job leading the Timberwolves to the Western Conference Finals. They fell short to Dallas, but I feel like there is a future for Ant and the Timberwolves over the next few years. Just you wait. And yes, I agree with a couple of people from Great Gramo. Well, actually, I don't. I misread that. My apologies. Latvia is hurting themselves with the unnecessary fouls and turnovers, especially in the final minutes of the first half. They would get so close into the game, and then that happened. But you have to give them this. They were able to score 22 points in the quarter, despite the Philippines counteracting with 22 points of their own. The Philippines have led the whole way as we take a look at some of the stats after the first 20 minutes of action. 8 offensive rebounds for Latvia. That's huge, but if they're able to convert on those second chances, think about it. 8 offensive rebounds, let's just say at a minimum for 2. 8 times 2, 16. We would have a tie ball game. But that's not the case because the Philippines are able to spread the ball around. They're led by Justin Brownlee, who will do pretty much anything. Shoot from the mid-range, shoot from close, shoot from outside. And on top of that, when you have Jumar Fajardo stepping up in terms of height, that's a problem. But I have to give credit to Kai Soto, the other big man who's trying to step up for the Philippines and give them their first victory in this FIBA Olympic Qualifying tournament. They're doing their jobs, and I'll take a look at that stats right now. So for Kai Soto, along with that reverse alley-oop, he has 11 points and 4 rebounds. Fajardo with 9 points and 3 rebounds. So in total, they have scored 20 points and secured 7 rebounds. Latvia, on the other hand, Kuric with 5 rebounds, 9 points. And we look at Darius Bertans, who heated up in the second quarter. He only ended up with 5 points. But you combine Kuric and Darius's numbers, that's 14 points and 8 rebounds. That is pretty close when it comes to those two that I just mentioned. I have to imagine a win for the Philippines would put the rest of these teams on notice in Group A action. And in Group A, it's the Philippines, Latvia, and Georgia. Latvia up top after defeating Georgia yesterday in the opening day. The Philippines playing their first game. The Philippines has Georgia tomorrow. Latvia wraps up their group play today. They have an off day tomorrow, and then on we go to the semifinals on Saturday. I'm getting more information as they come. I like this idea. I like these stats that you're sending out in the chat. From Redheart Norvis, Fajardo, there are plenty of reasons why he's the top player for the national team. The 6-time PBA MVP, and Chris Newsom took the conference and the PBA Finals MVP as well. And you can't talk about the PBA without the contributions of Justin Brownlee, the man who hit the championship winner at the buzzer, a running 3 from the center a few years ago. One of the best shots, and that's the kind of shots a lot of kids dream about. Think about it. It's about to be supper time. One last shot, and you take it. Whew. If that doesn't give you chills, I don't know what does. Latvia, they have some impressive players too, like Darius Bertans. His brother Davis, of course, NBA veteran, played for the San Antonio Spurs, currently for the Charlotte Hornets. But Darius, he's a guy that could catch and shoot really well. And I think if Zoric is able to get into the groove, he could cause some trouble as he drives right into the mid-range without hesitation. Of course, has to be the big man to take charge for Latvia if they want to get a chance to get back into this ball game, because with Soto and Fajardo at the 5 spot, that is hard to contain. So again, this is the chat party for the game between Latvia and the Philippines, the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament. We're in the Latvian leg, and we hope you're able to continue to join in. Register for Courtside 1891. That's how you're able to watch this game, get the live stream, along with more FIBA events as they happen. Another event that is happening in the FIBA world is the U17 World Cup. Right before this game, I ended up doing a game between Spain and Guinea in the round of 16 game. I've done a handful of these tournaments, and I've done about for 5 games of the U17 World Cup. Be sure you tune in for that action, as well as the Women's World Cup, the U17 World Cup, rather, which begins on the 13th. Take a little bit of a break. I'll be back in just a few minutes for the call of the second half, and we'll continue this party. I'm going to throw another chat party tomorrow when Greece takes on Egypt. That's going to be fun. Giannis Thanasis Antetokounmpo playing against Egypt to wrap up their group play in the Greece leg of the Olympic qualifying tournament. Less than 5 minutes left until the second half begins. Brownlee's leading the Philippines in points, rebounds, and assists, 16, 5, and 4, respectively. There are a lot of people are saying if the Philippines pulls this off, it'll be one of the biggest upsets in FIBA history. They were able to burst through the gates with a 5-0 run and haven't looked back since. I just received a question in the group chat. Sachi Vargas, if you had to pick a team in the Spain Olympic qualifying tournament, who would it be? I would pick Spain to go all the way and go back to the Olympics, no problem. Thank you for the question. We got more coming up, more action. One of the keys from the chat, maintain the defense and get a shot going from beyond the arc. I want to talk about three-pointers. Here's how the stats lie, as both of these clubs are almost set for the third quarter. The Philippines are shooting 63%. Latvia, 25%. That is huge. That is huge considering that both of these clubs are trying to step into their element. Latvia, more of a team that takes care of business in the mid-range, but the Philippines have been playing an all-around game, scoring from outside, going in deep, and the field goal percentage, 59 for the Philippines, 37 for Latvia. But I expect Latvia's field goal percentage to go right up. I think they're going to take more time and focus underneath the 10. The Philippines like to favor the far side, right in front of the bench to execute a play. We'll see if Latvia is able to cover on that. Philippines begins with the ball. The Latvians are in a 3-2 zone to start. Newsom, Soto, Fajardo, Ramos, and Brownlee on the floor for the Philippines. Brownlee in trouble, hits the deck, flings it away, and draws the foul. And Dyrus Bertans picked up his third foul. Now that's huge, because you got a player in foul trouble. So Mayuris and Dyrus has 3 apiece. And Brownlee strolls down to the free throw line, up the first one, and down it went. He has 17 points and still flawless from the line. Second free throw, good. 30 for the Philippines. Dyrus onto the floor, 2. Running layup, no good. Whistle on the play. So the 2 Bertans are in, along with Kuric, Schmitz, and Lomach. Kuric, the leading scorer for Latvia, 9 points in 15 minutes of action. Dwight Ramos picked up the foul. .29 to go, just started here in the second half. First free throw goes down for Davis Bertans. Davis Bertans currently playing for the Charlotte Hornets of the NBA. Currently played for San Antonio too, as both of those free throws go down. 36 or 56-40 as Bertans picks up his first field goal. With 9:19 to go, another foul from Latvia. We'll have a quick post-game wrap-up after this game. We'll be around for about 5 or 10 minutes after the ball game. Be sure to stay tuned, and I'll break down the stats and facts for the game. Six to shoot for the Philippines. Is down low is Soto. Soto trying to get after it. Shot clock continues to roll down as Latvia slaps it away. So the Philippines have less than a second on the shot clock to work with. A quick catch and shoot as Davis Berton slaps it out of bounds. Quick catch and shoot. Brownlee inside off. So Latvia lets it sail out of bounds. There's a shot clock violation. .902, third quarter. Philippines 56, Latvia 40. As Lomush moves to the far side, steps up, fires a three. That's off. And Fajardo fighting for the rebound and able to get it. Brownlee fakes in the far side outside. 10 to shoot. And Davis Bertans, oh boy, he got hit in the throat. Oh my, he is not happy about that. Now let's see what happened. Yes, the elbow from Fajardo went right inside of Bertans. And the referees will review this. So this was the matchup between Fajardo and Bertans. Fajardo stretched his left elbow trying to box out. And Bertans had his head down low right into the vicinity. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Davis Bertans getting some justice this time as Fajardo has the offensive foul. .835 to go. Smith thought about the three ball, gives it to Davis, changes mind in midair, goes for the three, gets some space, misses. Ramos with the easy rebound. Back to Ramos, trying to go for the finger roll, unable to get it. Second chance coming up. Soto going from deep. Oh, and he delivered. Kai Soto going long range. That was fantastic. As he comes up with his 14th point. Nobody thought he was going to go for the three. They thought they were going to drive. Schmitz counters with a three of his own to make it 59-43. Give and go pass straight to Ramos, and he cashes in with a banker. Justin Brownlee with the assist from the circle. 61-43, 7.5 remaining in the third. This is the chat party, Latvia versus Philippines in the FIBA Olympic Qualifying tournament. Bertans misses the three. Soto had the ball poked away by Chorus as he was going in for the rebound. One member saying the Latvian comeback is coming. They had a comeback of their own in the second quarter, but that got burned immediately by an unsportsmanlike and technical fouls as Soto drives right in for two. Kai Soto doing damage inside. He now has 16 points, 7 of 10 from the field. And that is 32 points in the paint for the Philippines. Outside, Davis Bertans for three. Good! And if they're able to get Davis up and running, there could be another Latvian comeback. That is only his 5th point of the ball game. 63-46 is the score. Screen from Fajardo. Dishes right down to the paint, but Newsome draws the foul. And Lomax is beside himself after that foul as Newsome heads to the line. He's 0 of 1 at the stripe with 6 points. And Davis Bertans was wide open for that corner three on the other end. Lomax with his second foul, and he is pleading his case to the official. 6:26 to go, third quarter. Chris Newsom at the line. He gets the first. Jinyu Lee saying more teamwork coming up in this possession. Newsom getting his 8th point as he knocks both free throws down. 65-46 your score now. Latvia down to their last foul to give. The Philippines have 2. Dolphin Dive asking for the free throw percentage for both teams. I have it for you. The Philippines are shooting 87% from the free throw line, and Latvia shooting 82%. Both clubs doing well, shooting in the 80s. With 6:10 to go, Latvia inbounds it from underneath the basket. Schmitz sends it straight to Lomas. Lomas with 6 to shoot. Looking for somebody inside. Straight to Chorus. Chorus tight-roping the sideline, going for the shot, and that's a goaltend from Kai Soto. So they'll count the bucket for Courage. Score now 65-48, almost halfway into the third. As Brownlee whips it to Newsom. Newsom was looking for Fajardo, but he was hit by Schmitz. And Latvia is now out of fouls to give. Somebody's asking for Davis Bertans' field goal percentage. He's 25%, 1 of 4. Schmitz with his second foul, 16 on the shot clock. Soto down to the near side of the elbow, and Fajardo gets it outside of the three-point line. Faking around, gives it to Ramos. Ramos dancing his way right into the 10, forces up a jumper and gets it to go. 67-48. That's a tough shot. Latvia on the other end, corner 3 off the mark as Dairis Bertans tried to get into his element like he did in the second quarter. Newsom slows things down, ahead to Brownlee near the logo. Now he steps right outside of it, steps into a 3, can't deliver on the 3, goes for his own rebound, misses the putback. Third chance coming up for the Philippines as Ramos secures the board. This time Fajardo gets it, trying to go for a grapevine pass for Brownlee. 7 seconds on the shot clock. He is guarded by Bertans. Right on the elbow, misses the jumper. The Philippines with 3 or 4 chances, but did not capitalize on it. Neither did Lomas as he missed it from the left wing. Justin Brownlee right in front of the Latvian bench, sends it right into Fajardo with the easy lay-in. The bread and butter for the Philippines, capitalizing once again. 69-48, as Fajardo was right in front of Schmitz, and he just bursted through the moment he got his hands on the basketball. Latvia calls timeout, 4:35 remaining. It is a 21-point game. Again, Latvia trying to get back into this ball game, but they're shooting what I would consider unnecessary shots at the moment. They're not going right into the rack. They must find some way to get back into this game. And if you're able to watch how Luka Bonke is addressing his team, you know he is on fire. They're out of fouls to give for the rest of the way. And they have to respond quickly. Not on outside shots. That may be the easy way to get back into this game. But as one person would often remind me for the longest time, if you live by the 3, you may die by the 3. And the Philippines have been lucky for going right into the mid-range and chuck up shots whenever they can, but it's been working out in their favor. Same with Dwight Ramos, who has 7 points and 5 rebounds. Latvia brings the ball into play. 4.5 to go. Krister Zoric sends it over to Chorus. Chorus wing 3. That doesn't go. Chris Newsom brings it up the floor. Newsom telling Fajardo to try to get in front of his man. He gets the ball this time from Soto. He's working on the right side of the elbow. Brownlee finishes the job as he cuts right in off the back door. Justin Brownlee is a firecracker here in their opening game of the qualifying tournaments. 20 points for Brownlee, 40% field goals. Down underneath was Schmitz, and he misses the jump hook. That may be another break for Latvia with 3:45 left. Latvia with 9 seconds to shoot. They're looking for an open man. Koric at the three-point line, drives right inside instead, and he steps on the line as Soto steps in and stands his ground. It is a quiet Latvian bench right now as Artur Stratins checks in. Stratins with one personal foul. He ended up with 18 points against Georgia yesterday. He's limited to 3 off of 1 of 4 shooting. Roland Schmitz heads to the bench. 5 points and 2 rebounds for him. Brownlee down to the other end of the floor. Sends it to Fajardo. Fajardo going one-on-one with Chavars. 6 to shoot. Brownlee overhead pass to the other end of the floor. Ramos corner 3. Runs in and gets it in. And the Philippines coming alive from their own bench as it's now 74-48. 3 minutes left. Davis Bertans, no. Shot it from outside, and that was too strong. The Philippines having a hold on to this game right from the opening tip. Started out scoring 5 quick points and have never looked back since then. Under 3 to go. Brownlee with a crossover dribble. Down low to Fajardo. Reverse layup is good, but the basket doesn't count. The Philippines 74, Latvia 48. In the third quarter, at the moment, the Philippines have outscored Latvia 20-12. 2.5 to go. Running layup is good. Latvia finally get a field goal down as Strelnic heads to the line. Janis Strelnic delivers as he picks up his 7th point of the game. First trip to the line for him. He has 1 dime to his name. The Philippines down to their last foul to give in the third quarter. And Strelnic completes the 3-point play to make it 74-51. Latvia has been relying on the threes in the third quarter to bounce back. Remember, they cut this deficit to as much as 8 halfway into the second quarter, but there were some unnecessary fouls that shot them in the foot. And now they're playing the game of catch-up as Newsom sends it to Tamayo, who just checked in. Tamayo chucking up a shot. That misses. Bullet pass right away to Zoric. Back to the guard of Strelnic. Strelnic going toe-to-toe with Newsom. Gets the screen from Chavars. Whipping through around outside the circle. Can't get it in. Ramos secures the board as he tries to fend off Zoric. In the rebound game, it's a +8 for the Philippines, 32-24. Latvia takes it away, courtesy of Strelnieks. Strelnieks gives it go. Going for the jam was Stratins, but he was fouled on the way to the basket. And that was pretty close from being a poster on Carl Tamayo. So with that, Stratins heads to the line. Jepet Akiar checks back in, the power forward. Looking for his first point of the game. He'll try to have 1 point at least at the next possession as Stratins hits the first. Aguiar checked in for Brownlee, who has been going all around on the floor today. 20 points, 8 assists, 2 assists away from a double-double. Both free throws go for Streniks as they cut their deficit to 19. It is 74-53. The Philippines are ahead. 23 bench points from Latvia compared to the Philippines' 9. 10 on the clock. Ramos trying to go, breaks off the screen from Fajardo and has that one stripped. Strelnieks on the breakaway, sends it to Stratins, goes for the layup, and he's heading to the line. And this is one way for Latvia to get back into the ball game. Take the contact and head to the line. So far, Latvia is 12 of 14 at the charity stripe. That is a total of 86. There are a couple of people in the chat saying the turnovers may be key. Looking at Latvia, they have 7 turnovers. For the Philippines, they have 11. CJ Perez checks in for Chris Newsom. CJ Perez ended up shooting a 3 at the buzzer to close out the first quarter. And since then, he has gone scoreless. The Dolphin dive, yes, 5 fouls and you're out of the game. Free throw number 1, up and out. A minute and 4 remaining in quarter number 3. Philippines ahead by 18, 74-54 now. My mistake, 20-point game. Latvia's 81% at the charity stripe as we approach the final minute of action here in the third. Akiar blowing right by, going for the tough shot. He gets blocked. And there was a foul on the way for the scrap for the rebound. And Latvia heads to the line. Both of these clubs in the bonus. Carl Tamayo picked up his second foul. Have a look at the overview. The Philippines outscoring Latvia only by 2. 20-18 quarter, a combined total of 38 points in this quarter alone. There was a total of 48 combined in the first quarter, 44 combined in the second quarter. And here we are with the Philippines leading 74-56. Both free throws go down for Davis Bertans. The Charlotte Hornet has scored 7 points in 16 minutes as Chavars checks out. 43 seconds and counting. CJ Perez with the ball. Perez gets the seal from Akiar. Now sends it to Ramos. Ramos, heavily guarded by Zoric, drives right inside to the left side, pumps it up off the mark. Second chance coming up. Wraparound pass. Perez, wing three, good. 77-56. CJ Perez connecting on his second triple today as he brings up a 6-point. Shot clock is dead for the final 12 seconds. Slowing it down is Strelnieks. Strelnieks guarded by Ramos. Strelnieks on the pass, dishing over. 3-ball, Strutton's no good. And Brownlee gets the rebound as the buzzer sounds. And the Philippines have outscored Latvia 23-18 as they end the third quarter with a 21-point lead, 77-56. 10 more minutes of basketball to go, folks. Be sure to stay with me. I'll break down the stats and facts right after the final buzzer. Both of these clubs shooting in the 80s at the free throw line. As we look down at the field goal percentage, Philippines shooting 55, Latvia 33. Again, we have 10 more minutes of action, which means this is one of the final few times I get to mention this for this game, at least. If you want to watch the live stream of the Philippines versus Latvia, be sure to subscribe to Courtside 1891. Get your membership, get your passes, and follow social media pages that FIBA has: Instagram, Twitter, X, Facebook, all together. Hope you're enjoying this chat party. I will be on the call for Greece and Egypt tomorrow, another chat party. So join me at 2 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow for the Greece leg of the Olympic Qualifying Tournament. So far, the Philippines shocking Latvia 77-56. As the fourth quarter is about to get underway, Latvia ball. Yanis Tima back into the game along with Kuric, Schmitz, Strelnieks, and Zoric. And here's Zoric guarded by Perez. Over to Schmitz as Tima gives it back to Zoric. Tima, top of the three, 5 to shoot, fires it over Perez and gets it down. That's a nice start for Latvia as Tima delivers on his first bucket here in the Olympic qualifiers. Perez, Ramos, Aguiar, Brownlee, and Tamayo are on the floor for the Philippines. Perez in trouble. And loose ball picked up as Chorus gets the reverse. 77-61, 5 quick points for Latvia to begin the fourth. Full court pressure applied by Latvia as Brownlee goes right into a foul. Chorus with the check. That's right, to Stanley Kabiko, the champion from this leg of the Olympic qualifying tournaments, will go to the Olympics. There are 3 teams in each group, Group A, Group B. They'll have the semifinal phase starting on Friday or Saturday. Actually, it is on Saturday. And then the last 2 teams that survive from Group A and Group B, one team from each. They will play to advance to Paris. Shot clock violation on the Philippines. Great defense on top from Latvia. And Latvia, with the fire in their eyes, starting off hot here in the fourth quarter, has scored 5 quick points. A 3 from Tima started things. The kick out to Zoric. 4 to shoot, fires it over Soto and misses. Brownlee gets the rebound right inside the circle, and he brings the ball up the floor. He's guarded by Chorus. Brownlee driving, sends it into Soto. Tough shot. Can't take that in. Tima on the rebound. Hold the phone. There's a foul on Latvia. A foul on Latvia as they were about to head to the other end of the floor. Courage with the foul on the way to the rack. Latvia saying that was a late whistle and there was no foul. But nonetheless, Soto heads to the line. Calvin Aftana checks in for the Philippines. He fills in for Dwight Ramos. Kai Somo, already with some key plays, scores his 17th point off the first free throw. This is his second and third trip at the line. 7 of 10 from the field, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. His efficiency, a plus 21. He now has 18 points as he gets both of them down. 79-61 Latvia. Latvia has cut this deficit to as few as 8. That was in the second quarter, but it has ballooned back to a double-digit deficit. Zoric, straight away, Tima. Loose ball on the floor, recovered by Zoric, who knocks down a 3. 15-point game. Latvia has 2 fouls to give. Philippines have all 4. Brownlee near the sideline. 2 passes later, it's straight down to Tamayo. Tamayo gives it up. Fade away from Aftana, short. And Chorus is out to the races, battling Brownlee and gets the lay-in. Yes! Latvia on the run, on the move, and at the line. The Philippines can't believe it as they're being outscored 11-2 here in the fourth quarter. Imagine that, 11 points in a span of nearly 2.5 minutes. Brownlee picks up his second foul. And Brownlee is the guy to beat. He has 20 points. Underneath him is Soto with 18. And 1 bounces out and in. A 12-point game as Courage connects on his 16th point. Brownlee near the scores table on the pass to Aftana. Brownlee, corner 3, no good. That is an air ball. 5 to shoot on the shot clock. Retained. Soto gives it up to Newsom. Newsom chucks it up, looking for the foul. Won't get it. Latvia on the move. Zoric looking for options. Gets it into Courage. Smits for 3. No. And a nice heads-up play from Aftana as he hits it off the leg of Tima. And Aftana was met by the double team as the Philippines takes the timeout. 6:40 to go here in regulation. It is an 11-2 run in favor of Latvia as they cut this deficit down to 12. Just got an update from the Spain leg of the Olympic qualifying tournament. The Bahamas defeated Poland 90-81, and they're off to the semifinals in that leg. So with 6:40 to go in the fourth quarter, Latvia trying to bounce back as they trailed the whole way. The biggest lead was 26. That has been cut down by more than a half. It is 12 points. 79-67. Justin Brownlee to inbound. He's the leading scorer with 20 points. Dwight Ramos checks back in as Calvin Aftana heads to the bench. Full court by Latvia. Here's Ramos. Ramos trying to beat Zoric off the dribble as he passes the timeline. Fajardo, way out of his comfort zone, the three-point land. 6 to shoot. Hand off to Brownlee. Brownlee gets the green right, cuts in from the right side, whips it around. Newsome at the shot clock buzzer, bounces off twice and out. Zoric on the ball. To Tima for 3. That's denied by Soto. On the way to the basket, kickball is called, and it goes back to the Philippines. Tima thought he had a good look, but Soto used his fingertips to say, that's not happening. Get that out of here. Chris Newsome in the backcourt. He's guarded by Strelnieks. Goes behind the back on him as he passes Logo. Fajardo to Ramos. 6 on the 24. Ramos looking for the screen from Brownlee. Got it. Fires it from the wing. Can't deliver. And Ramos was knocked on the seat of his pants as Latvia moves up the floor. Strelnieks. He's guarded by Newsome. Strong pick from Schmitz. Schmitz crosses over on Fajardo. And the Philippines take the ball as Strelnieks lost control. Newsome ahead. Newsome looking up the clock. 24-second clock, reading 7. 6, 5. Brownlee steps in. 3 ball, in and out. And now Latvia, with a bucket, could cut this to at least a 9-point deficit. They are down 12. They are outscoring the Philippines in the fourth quarter. Pull-up J from Strelnieks is good. It is 79-69, and the Philippines takes the timeout. Just halfway into the fourth quarter, what a run from the Latvians, as it's now a 13-2 fourth quarter. This is the first time they have outscored the Philippines in this game. We'll see if the Latvians will be able to bounce back or if the Philippines can hang on and pull off what can be a stunning blow in the Latvian leg of the 2024 FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament. We're seeing a sense of panic from Philippines right now. Latvia running up the floor. They're showing great speed. Yannis Strelnieks taking over for them. As Strelnieks comes up, and he has 10 points to his name. 4 of 6 from the field. Again, the leading scorer for Latvia is Kuric, who has 16 with 6 of 12 shooting and 6 rebounds. Under 5 minutes to go in regulation. as both teams come out of their respected huddles. And this is a gentleman who will not quit. 22 points for him to make it 81-69. Layup up and in for Schmitz. Back to a 10-point game. Full court still applied by Latvia. Ramos on the other end. Brownlee has it. Brownlee, chest pass right away to Brownlee. Brownlee trying to feed it into Soho. Ferraro couldn't put the clamps down, and now Davis Bertans back into the game. This is a huge stop for Latvia. Will they convert? Here's Strelnieks running the offense. Tima fakes, drives into Davies. Davies out. 3-ball. No good. And a crying shame, too, because Latvia was moving the ball pretty well. They have Bertans, Tima, Schmitz, Strelnieks, and Lamach in for their respected team. The Philippines had a strong outing right from the word go, but Latvia has been slowing them down here in the fourth quarter. Brownlee steps up for the three. It's good! And they count it. It's a 4-point play coming up for Justin Brownlee, and the bench for the Philippines is in complete chaos. What a clutch performance from Justin Brownlee. And Justin Brownlee continues to lower the boom. He is at the line, 84-71, as Courage and Darius Bertans checks in. Tima and Strelnieks are out. A little bit of a delay as they clean the sweat off the floor near the three-point line. 3:29 left as Brownlee heads to the line. And he is flawless, 6 of 6. Looking to go 7 for 7 and pick up his 26th point, and he got it. 85-71. Time is running out for Latvia as Kiambel checks in for Brownlee. And Brownlee has played 34 minutes. He's played all but 3. Dribble drive, Lomush. Out of the top for Darius Bertans. Schmitz tries at a 3. No. Rebound Chorus, and that's a tough take because he had to go through the outstretched arms of Soto to clamp it down. Scored now 85-73, the Philippines up top. Approaching the 3-minute mark. Newsome has to bring up the ball right down to the floor quick, and he does. And that is a foul on the floor as Latvia uses their last foul. Lomach with his third personal. And now Brownlee comes back after taking a quick breather. And this is clutch time for both of these clubs. If Latvia is able to get a bucket, they're still in it. However, if the Philippines thwart them off and connects on another 3, that could possibly be the capper to this game. The opener for the Philippines, Latvia's second game. They defeated Georgia yesterday. Now they find themselves down by 12. 4 to shoot. Newsome stepping right in. Brownlee has to get close. Goes for the runner at the shot clock buzzer. And he got denied as the buzzer goes off. That is a shot clock violation. Latvia closing down right in the baseline. Darius Bertans still into the game. He is joined by Courage and his brother, Schmitz and Lomach. Big-time plays coming up here. Darius threads the needle inside to Schmitz. 85-75. Ramos to Soto. Right at the wing. Tough defense from Latvia. And Soto trying to go to town, and there's an offensive foul, a big break for the Latvians. Soto picks up his third. And Soto stretched his left hand on his way to the basket and hit Bertans again. 2:04 and counting. Latvia trying to make this a single-digit deficit. Lomas on the drive, denied by Brownlee. Justin Brownlee at the perfect time as he was able to follow through on Lomas the whole 9 yards. That's a fingertip block, but it still counts as a block. Latvia gets the ball underneath the basket. 8 to shoot, under to 2 to go. The Philippines have 2 fouls to give. Latvia is over the limit. Davies Bertans for 3. No. And Schmitz secures the board. Full court applied by Latvia as the Philippines was shoved out of bounds. $1:46 in regulation, 16 on the shot clock as Newsome will throw it in. Newsome has played more than 31 minutes here in this game. He's picked up 8 points and 4 rebounds for his troubles. And he gets it into Brownlee. Or so we thought. Brownlee said he got hit, but it's a 5-second violation, a cardinal sin for the Philippines. As Newsome unable to get it out in time. A big break for Richard Lomas and the Latvians. We have a quick timeout with 1 minute and 46 seconds to go. Latvia takes it, and I do not blame them. This is a big opportunity for them to cut this lead to as much as 7. They could cut it to either 7 or 8, depending on what they do on this play. Okay, quick overview of the fourth quarter. Latvia has outscored the Philippines at the moment by the count of 19-8. The biggest lead was 26. The Philippines have led every step of the way. Their biggest scoring run was 11-0. And we continue to look on to the stats that may become crucial in this point of the game. Latvia was shooting 33%. That has boosted to 37%. Shooting 55% of the time. That has dropped to 49%. Both of these clubs superb at the free throw line, shooting in the mid to high 80s. And this is crunch time for everybody now. Philippines with a +7 on the boards. The assists game tied, 18 apiece, 6 steals apiece, 5 blocks for the Latvians. A combined total of 39 fouls, Latvia responsible for 22 of them. Take it as you will, this is a crucial situation. We'd like to remind you that Chris Sylvester will have a chat party coming up following this game. He just finished a round of 16 game in the U17 World Cup. So we'll hear his commentary very soon. Down low, Lomas with the layup to make it 85-77. 1:38 left. Chris Newsome running up the floor. Lomas picked up his 6th point after having a lowly performance in the field goal percentage, 2 of 10. Newsome driving by 2 screens, ducking right in, cutting right in. He gets fouled. And Newsome hit in his head. A minute and 21 and counting. So Chris Sylvester will have the game between Greece and the Dominican Republic and the Greece leg of the Olympic qualifying tournament. That's coming up. And I'll be back to call Greece and Egypt in this chat party tomorrow. Schmitz with his 3rd. And the whole Latvian crowd in a hush as Newsom heads to the line, delivers on the first. It is now 86-77. Newsom with his 9th point of the ball game. Here comes the second. It is up and in. 10 points for Newsom. 87-77, more than a minute to go. Lomash on the drive, in from the right, misses the layup, and Kai Soto was able to get it down. Newsom met by the double. It is Latvia ball. He lost control off his foot. Dries Bertine at the sideline will pass. Oh my goodness, that was close as it could get. Dries slapped the ball out of his hands, but it ended up going off the toe of Newsom. What a lucky break. A minute to go, 6 turnovers now for the Philippines. Driving right into Strelnieks with the layup. He misses. A heartbreaker as the Philippines are 50 seconds away from pulling off a shocker in Latvia. And the Philippines bench showing a different side of the story. Happy, elated, filled with joy at the moment. Dwight Ramos could put this game away with under 48 to go. First free throw goes. And Ramos with 11 points, 7 rebounds. Make that 12. 12 and 7 as CJ Perez checks in. 89-77. We'll break down the stats and facts following this game with a post-game chat party. What a huge first impression from the Philippines. That 3 connects for Dries Bertans. It is now 89-80. Latvia still into this game, still pressing with the full court press. And Newsom breaks through it, and there is a foul. Offensive foul. Latvia with another break. Outstanding. Latvia will not quit, and this is the kind of energy they need to make this a closer game. They could cut this into 2 possessions if they're lucky. Bertans hit the first 3 not so long ago. Newsom picks up his 4th. 1 more and he's out of the game. 31 3/10 remaining. Shot clock is set to 14. The Philippines down to their last foul to give. Here comes Davies with a pass to Lomash. Lomash with 7 to shoot, and he is hacked by Perez, and that was the Philippines' last foul to give. Remember, the Philippines were up by as much as 26. It has been cut down to 6, or 9 rather. 24.9 shows on the clock. The throw into Strelnieks. Strelnieks, and Latvia has to put some shot up right away. Newsom could not save the ball, but it eats up more of the clock as they were able to burn 7 seconds. 17.7 to go, 6 seconds on the 24. What a way to finish off the game as a timeout is called by Latvia. 17.7 to go as Latvia uses their final timeout. Well, let's go to the chat. Let's see what you have to say. There are a lot of Philippine fans saying that it's over by now, but you never know. But The record shows that the Philippines are up 89-80 against Latvia, a team that has scored 24 points in this quarter alone, 10 of them coming from the paint. And remember, Latvia came into this Olympic qualifying tournament 6th in the world. The Philippines 37th. So they are looking for an upset. We'll quickly go through the stats following this game. And we will also send you over to the Greece and Dominican Republic game, in which Chris Sylvester is the moderator of the chat party there right after this game. For those tuning in, Philippines have led since the start of the game, led by as much as 26, and have seen their lead dwindle down to 9 points. It is Latvia ball, 17.7 seconds to go, 6 on the shot clock. Underneath the inbound is Yanni Strelnick. Strelnick into Bertans, catch and shoot 3. That is short, and Soto comes up with a rebound ahead to Perez. CJ Perez will hold the ball, gives it to Newsome. It's off to Ramos. Ramos, one more 3, misses it with 0.5 to go, and that will pretty much do it. The Philippines come in their first game of the Olympic qualifying tournament and stuns Latvia 89-80. That's your final. What an outing. What a performance from both of these clubs. Latvia took the reins in the fourth quarter, outscoring the Philippines 24-12, but they went out to a slow start, and that's what burned them. They were pretty close halfway into the second quarter, but some unnecessary fouls hurt them the most. Justin Brownlee, let's talk about his game for a moment. 26 points. He was an assist and a rebound away from a triple-double. And he leads the Philippines to a charge, to a stunner, to defeat Latvia. Right behind him was Kai Soto, the center, with 18 points, 8 rebounds off of 7 and 10 shooting. Dwight Ramos with 12, Chris Newsome with 10. Latvia's side, you cannot overlook them at all. Rodion's courage did most of his damage in the first half. He ended up with 18.7 rebounds. Davis Bertans heated up in the fourth quarter. He ends up with a total of 10 and 4 rebounds. Yanni Strelnick with 10 points as well. At the end of the day, we look at the team stats. The Latvians shot 38%. The Philippines shot 48%. The Philippines out-rebounded Latvia by 9, 43-34. The offensive rebounds came into play for the Latvians, 13-10. The assist game was strong. They helped each other out by sharing the ball in the fourth quarter, and they have a +2 in the dime apartment, 20-18. 5 blocks for the Latvians compared to the Philippines' 3, and a total of 43 fouls. Latvia responsible for 24 of them. 18 turnovers for the Philippines, in which Latvia capitalized and scored 24 points off of those turnovers. 8 turnovers for Latvia, in which the Philippines scored 13 points off of those. The points in the paint were a huge difference in that game, where the Philippines scored 36 of their 89, and the Latvians 28 of their 80. But most of the damage from the Latvians was 36. And now we're going to send it over to Chris Sylvester, who has the Dominican Republic and Greece game on the Greece side of the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament. I'd like to take this moment to thank each and every one of you who've joined me in this chat party. This was my first one, and hopefully it won't be the last. And thank you for your comments, and let's continue the conversation. The FIBA qualifying tournaments continue on later on this week. I will talk to you again tomorrow when Greece takes on Egypt in the Greece leg of the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament. Thank you all for joining me. And until we meet again, either on the qualifying tournament side or in the U17 World Cup Friday, this be Aaron Sanders. Enjoy your day, afternoon, night, wherever you may be. So long, everybody, and keep on subscribing to FIBA and Courtside 1891. So long.